What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Episode 15 today. Another tough loss last week, this time to the Packers. We fell to 1-2 in the division. We do play the Packers again in week 9. But now, as you can see from the standings, we're 2 games back from really even second place at this point, because we have the Bears have the tiebreaker over us at this point. The Packers obviously have 2 games and a tiebreaker over us, so we're almost 3 games out of the lead. And hopefully we can get a bounce back. We have the Broncos this week. They're sitting at 1-5. I have not decided whether or not I'm going to do a game in this video. I think I'm going to, because I don't have a lot to talk about update-wise. I wanted to just do a standard update video and just leave it at that, and then do another video separately for the Broncos, but I feel like there's not that much to discuss. So what I think I'm going to do is we're going to go through the season stats, go through the standings, see where all the teams are sitting currently, and then what we'll do is I will pull up the graphic that I have. Well, actually, I'll probably put that up first, and we'll talk about some of the newsworthy stuff that is coming out right now. As you can see here, I have 8 more stories that I have added to this sheet that I wanted to let you guys know about. First one is out of Detroit. This happened before I even got my profile on it, so this is not me just trying to damage the Lions. DeAndre Swift has ended the contract negotiations with the Lions, and I think it has something to do with Kareem Hunt being there, because Kareem Hunt got signed when I was off the team. Now he's sort of taken over Swift's duties. Swift's rookie contract was up this year, and he doesn't want to resign. So now he's leaving. So that's going to be a big blow to the Lions, because Kareem Hunt is good now, but he's also 28, 29. He's not going to be there forever. And actually, you'll see right below that is Isaiah Simmons, the linebacker for the Cardinals. He is also, and this was me trying. I tried to resign the guy, and he turned me down twice. So now Isaiah Simmons is going to be testing free agency at linebacker, who is, I think he's like an 84 overall at this point. This guy's just a freak athlete. So the Cardinals are going to have, I don't know. I think if I end up taking my profile off, they might end up, what's the word I'm looking for? Tagging him, franchise tagging him, but I don't know yet. And then going back up to the top right, ever since I put Tua Tagovailoa at the starting quarterback, the Bucs have been rolling. They lost 1 game out of the last 4. And he's actually throwing pretty good. He's got 13 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions on the season right now. And we'll go over the stats after this graphic, so we'll get to see them all. But he's been having a great season for the Bucs. For re-sign news, the Jets and left tackle Mekhi Becton came to a massive 6-year, $108 million extension to keep him in New York for the foreseeable future. So that is a definitely good sign for the Jets. They're having a down year this year after having sort of a surprise year last year. I can't say I'm surprised by it, but I did think that they were going to build off of what they did last year. They just haven't really ever come back around this season yet. And another re-signing is the Colts and Jonathan Taylor, star halfback, coming to agreement on a 5-year, $52 million extension. Jonathan Taylor staying in Indy, and obviously he's worth it. That guy is an absolute monster. This is one that I've sort of created myself as I was thinking about the Lions, as they're currently sitting at 1-5. Dan Campbell is on the hot seat. Another bad start. They're 1-5. They already had to replace their quarterback Jared Goff for Caleb Byron. Byron is also not doing well. And now, of course, add to that the rift with Swift. Yes, I rhymed on purpose. It seems that the Lions and Dan Campbell are heading for a breakup. Last 2 stories are injury related. Marlon Humphrey, the star corner for the Ravens, suffered a broken hand, and he's going to miss at least 5 weeks. That's a pretty big blow for the Ravens. Dalvin Cook, he is finally back in the starting lineup after returning from his injury, and hopefully he can pick up where he left off with us before his injury, where he was playing really well for the Texans. The Texans are actually doing a pretty decent job, if I remember correctly, and adding him back to that mix is probably going to up their offense quite a bit. Now that I've gotten the little updates and the stories out of the way, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the standings for the entire league. We have 3 teams already at 5 wins out of 6 games, and that is the Packers, the Raiders, very surprising, and the Cowboys. Right behind them, the Bears and the Browns are at 4 wins, but still only 1 loss. The Seahawks, Dolphins, Washington football team, 49ers, Patriots, Titans, Ravens, and Steelers are all sitting at 4-2. The Jags, Panthers, Buccaneers, Texans, Chiefs, Vikings, and Chargers all sitting at 3-3. The Bengals, Cardinals, Colts, Saints, Rams, and Bills at 2-4. Bills a surprising 2-4 team. And like I said before, the Jets 1-5, 1-4, or 1-4 and 1-4 with the Eagles. Broncos 1-5, 1-5. Yep, Lions, and then the Giants and the Falcons also at 1-5. Now let's take a look at the season stats through 6 games. The stats aren't going to be that ridiculous yet, but like I said, we're only a third way through the season. Plenty more is going to change and happen throughout the course of these next, 12 games? 11 games? But as you can see, Patrick Mahomes, he is the leader when it comes to yardage, and Taylor Hopkins is right behind him. Yardage has not ever been an issue for Hopkins since he's been starting for us this year. It's just been pretty much everything else. Completion percentage, finding ways to get in the end zone, and then of course the turnovers is where we're really lacking. Justin Herbert not far behind. He's got 12 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. Trey Lance pretty similar with Hopkins, except a much better completion percentage. Jordan Love, who we just lost to, 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, better completion percentage. Wilson, Cousins still not doing the best. 6 touchdowns and 4 picks. That just does not seem like Kirk Cousins. Deshaun Watson, of course, he's doing rather well. 9 touchdowns, 3 picks. Carson Wentz, 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Maybe not the biggest yardage total, but everything else is absolutely great from him. Daniel Jones, of all people. I know he's like the most hated quarterback in the league right now in real life, and I think every Giants fan will agree with me when I say that he's probably not going to be around very much longer, but this man is playing his heart out here in the Vikings franchise here on the CB Gaming channel. 9 touchdowns, 1 interception. Completion percentage definitely leaves some to be desired, but rating at 93.3, you can't argue with the touchdown to interception ratio. Zachary Farr, not having a bad year. A little bit more on the interception side than we've seen in the past from him, but I mean, he started out so good last year. There's no way he was going to keep that up unless he was the next Tom Brady. And you can see Derek Carr, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The surprising Raiders sitting at 5-1 right now. I was very surprised to see that. Trevor Lawrence is still just having such a hard time. 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He just, I don't know, man. Maybe Trevor Lawrence ain't it, guys. Maybe he is not that good. Because I've changed their books like 2 times. I've changed their head coach. I've changed their scheme. I've gotten him more weapons. And the Jaguars just cannot function no matter what's happening. And you can see here Tua's stats. 1,100 yards, not the most. But again, he didn't even play until week 3. Yeah, week 3. So he's got 2 less games than everybody else. 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Again, completion percentage could be a little bit higher. But overall, 110.5 rating. You can't go wrong with that, as he has gotten his second life here in Tampa, and looks like he's doing the most with it. Jared Goff, even though he hasn't started in 4 weeks, 3 weeks? What week was that I changed that? Was that maybe 2 weeks ago? I can't remember. All I know is this guy has not played in a couple of games, and he is still leading the league in interceptions, and the only one even close to him is Trevor Lawrence with 10. Rushing-wise, Derrick Henry leading the way, no surprise there. Ezekiel Elliott not far behind him, and Nick Chubb about 100 yards, about 80 yards shy of those guys. The group you expect to see at the top of this rushing leaders list. You see James Robinson has definitely picked up the slack for the Jaguars. He has 10 touchdowns on the ground already. We are only in week 7. So they have at most played 6 games. They have, 6 games, because I think they're 3-3 right now. This is something I forgot to mention with the passing stats. Taylor Hopkins has taken so many sacks, he has almost twice as many as the next person. And that's Daniel Jones. This man has sat in the pocket longer than anybody I've ever seen. and just keeps taking these crazy amount of sacks. Now, I do think, however, this might be just something with the sliders, and maybe just because my games are actually getting played as opposed to everybody else's. But that's not okay. 37 sacks through 6 games is not how you play football. A few surprising names at the top of this receiving list. Of course, DK Metcalf, not one of them. You expect to see him up here. But N'Keal Harry of Green Bay, which, well, we helped him get there last week because he was just killing us. And Miles Boykin of Kansas City, up here at 2 and 3. Jefferson not far behind at number 4. Mike Evans, Jamison Crowder with a late career surge in Houston. I believe that might be due to DJ Chark being injured. I saw him on the injury list. Jimmy Randall, who was a surprise superstar for the Cowboys last year. He is still doing it again. He is their leading receiver. It's 6 touchdowns, 460 yards. Deebo Samuel, Michael Thomas, Preston Williams, who was an offseason acquisition by the Seahawks. And Michael Pittman's not too far behind either. 407 yards, 3 touchdowns. They have a pretty decent pair of receivers now. Defensively, Eric Kendrick is leading the way not only in tackles, but also tackles for loss. And tied with him is our very own Danielle Hunter, who also is the leader in the sacks category by 4.5 sacks with 14 already on the year. He has had a very, very big impact on our games, and I'm wondering if we might be approaching the single season sack record this year with Danielle Hunter the way he's playing. Mike Hilton of Cincinnati leading the way, tied with Marshawn Lattimore with 4 interceptions. Byron Murphy, Harrison Smith, Marcus Peters tied for, I guess, anywhere from 3rd to 6th with 3. And then you have a whole bunch of guys here at 2. I am not going to name them all. We actually had a kick return touchdown in our franchise here. Sammy Watkins of Baltimore. And a punt return, Tyler Lockett. That doesn't surprise me. Lockett's been a great returner and a good receiver for a very long time with Seattle. As you can see by this little stat thing here, we're 24th in offensive yards, but 4th in defensive yards. Our defense has been phenomenal. 23rd in points scored and 5th in points allowed. We made a complete 180 from last year. If you guys remember, last year it seemed like our offense was carrying us, but our defense was letting us down. And this year it seems to be the exact opposite. Taylor Hopkins has had a lot of struggles, a lot of ups and downs. We see plenty of upside from him and plenty of flashes from Taylor Hopkins, but defensively, we have been very stout. We have been controlling the ground game for the most part. Last week against Aaron Jones, it got a little out of hand there in the 3rd and 4th quarter, but overall, our team has played very good on defense, which is awesome to see because I felt like that was one of our weaker units moving into the season. We are towards the bottom half of the league in rushing, which doesn't surprise me because early on in the season, we had no running happening. We had like one good game, and then last week we just got shut down against a very good D-line. And now you can see why that makes sense. Defensively, there's only 2 teams better than us, and the top team is the Packers at stopping the run, and we decided to run right at them. So that's my fault. But, it was working for us all season. It is what it is. Packers and us and the Browns are the only 3 teams that have allowed less than 500 yards rushing through 6 games. Our defense also leads the way with 26 sacks. The next closest is Green Bay with 22. So that's been a key spot for us defensively. Danielle Hunter, of course, getting 14 of those 26 sacks. We've had some good play out of Martin Jefferson and from Michael Pierce as well. So our defensive line is definitely not something to mess around with, but our offense needs to come together because we've seen in these games where our defense lets us down or our offense lets us down too much. This defense eventually starts falling apart, and you really can't blame them for that. Now that we saw the stats from around the league, we know the standings and everything like that, I wanted to come back and revisit the re-signs for the year. The more and more I'm watching us play, I feel like Michael Pierce is a huge part of how our defense is performing, and I would hate for us to lose him. So I'm leaning more towards signing him before we get to the offseason to get a couple of chances. But this week, Cam Dantzler came due, and we have to re-sign him. And there we go. I offered him a 5-year deal worth, I think, $38,000. Or $38,000. Yeah, I wish. $38 million. I know it was more than that because I did 7 and 7, I think. Either way, we got Cam Dantzler back. I upped his pay a little bit because what he was asking for wasn't really much. So we end up re-signing him to a 5-year deal, which is what he was asking for. So now we have one corner that is going to be here for the long haul. All we have to do now is focus on getting McElroy built up and probably get one more guy to build up before Hughes leaves, before Burns is gone, and we should be set in the secondary. I see that CJ Ham is ready to negotiate. And as much as I want to re-sign him, we got to wait until we see what happens after the season because we have Ken Walden, and I have every intention of re-signing Ken Walden. He's 22. He's a 74 overall. He already his lead block is nowhere near what CJ Ham is, but his impact blocking is better significantly. And his run blocking is very close, which means he is going to get just that much better than CJ Ham over the next year or two. And I really want to try and build him up. Please, no injuries. Okay, none on offense. And none on defense. All right. And we get a couple of upgrades. Jake Pizzo. Bring up his route running. And Martin Jefferson. There we go. Apparently Martin Jefferson is up for another breakout. They said that if we hold the Broncos to 75 yards or less and no touchdowns, that he gets superstar. Now, I don't know if y'all remember this, but I said a couple of episodes ago, maybe it was during the offseason, that I was starting to wonder if Jefferson was ever going to take that step forward. You know, we've had him for 2 seasons, and he just never really seems to make much of an impact. He got hurt a couple of times. And that all changes if this guy gets superstar dev right away. So, you know what? Forget this. We are going to do a game today. I know. And you know what? You guys are going to know this before I do, technically, because I didn't have an intention of doing this, but I can cut down all the BS that I went through earlier to, like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, and then we can get right to a game. I just made this decision. I'm sure the thumbnail will show that we played a game today, but I just decided right now. So let's go ahead and let's go and play these Denver Broncos. Here we go. Broncos coming to town. And it's the old Viking QB, Teddy Bridgewater. 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 1,400 yards on the season. Broncos have not been having a very good year. They're 1-5 right now. Hopefully we can use that to our advantage. As you can see, we are in the all purples. And immediately they go up the middle to Javonte Williams, who cuts back to the right side. Gain of 5. He has really turned into a star in this franchise right now. 20 carries, 92 yards. We saw him towards the top of the running backs list, or the rushing list, when we were looking at the stats earlier this video. And that's why I decided to keep doing the inside run. And here you go, twice in a row. And this time Eric Kendricks there to make the play. He'll still get a yard, but we do shut it down before he can do too much damage. 3rd and 4 for us. Bridgewater going to pass it. He gets rid of it on the screen, and Kendricks brings him down, but I think he got the first. No, he doesn't. I was really surprised by that. That is a generous spot by the refs for us. Taylor Hopkins out again. Last week, not the greatest showing by him. A lot of miscommunication, and I guess I don't even know how to call it. Just a very weird game where he just seemed very inconsistent and unsure of what he was doing. Can we change the course of that this week? 1st and 10, Madison in the backfield, shotgun formation, and we're going to pass it to open things up, and he gets rid of it quickly over the middle to Adam Thielen, who's got it out across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Good way for us to start. Adam Thielen has been a guy that's actually been sort of wishy-washy for us this year. If you remember a couple weeks ago, he had that big game, and he actually complained about lack of targets after that, which really confused me. I didn't want to make a promise to get him the ball a lot the following week, so I did the one where you turn them down or whatever and say we're not here to pad your stats. And now this year they made it to where they still lose morale. Last year was sort of a cheat code. You could just avoid it. But this year, yeah, don't click on it because I did. And now he's like -3 morale. 1st and 10, play action. And there comes Bradley Chubb off the edge. Just flies around Christian Darrisaw and he gets the sack. Perfect execution of the blitz on play action. We did not see it coming. Darrisaw, I don't know what you're doing. He just stood there. He didn't even try to block him. I really think we're going to have to replace Darrisaw. I don't think he's going to be a fit here, guys. He's been, that's not the first time we've seen that happen. 2nd and 19. Play action again. This time we have time. He lost it deep down the field to Derek Barnes, but it's broken up incomplete. And now we're stuck at 3rd and 19. Nice shot there, but you almost wish that we would have just taken something to make this an easier conversion on ourselves. This time he gets rid of it, and it is caught somehow by KJ Osborne in double coverage, but definitely not even close to a first down as Darby is there again to make a play. 4th and 11 for us. Both sides stalling on their opening drive. Bridgewater comes back out for a second go at it. And he's going to pass it. He lets it go deep down the right side, overshooting. Who was that? Tim Patrick? There was a whole crew of Vikings defenders down there. Nobody was getting that pass. 2nd and 10, play action. Oh, pump fake. And he fires it off to the left side, and he's got Jerry Jeudy. Nice gain of about 9. 3rd and inches. Watch for the handoff quick up the middle. Maybe a draw play here. No, they're going to pass it. Bridgewater looking, lets it go to the left, the right side, and it's off of the ankle of the tight end, it looks like. I'm not sure what that was. And now we're out on our second attempt. Pistol formation, Madison in the backfield. 1st down, handoff to Madison up the middle, and he is able to churn out about a yard, and that's it. As you can see there, 23 carries, 57 yards last week against the Packers. Definitely not a good performance for him. We did get enough touches in, but we could not do anything with them. And 2nd down, back to pass. Hopkins gets rid of it quickly to Madison out of the backfield, and he's got himself a 1st down. Out to the 33-yard line, and that's going to help us move the chains. Gain of 10, and now we're in pistol again. We expect another handoff. Yes, we can. And this time, Madison going off the right side, and he'll get about 4 yards on the play. Nice pickup on 1st down. I'd like us to establish the run often so that it's not a surprise when we do either one. And Madison trying to lower the shoulder, but that was not going to happen against Johnson on the outside. He'll lose a yard, 3rd and 5. Or no, we gain a yard. What am I thinking? It was 2nd and 6. Ignore me. 3rd and 5, back to pass. Hopkins lets it go very quickly. And was that caught? It was. Irv Smith working against Johnson, who just made the play before that on Madison. This time could not make a play, and we get the 1st down. Very tough catch from Irv Smith. Another shot here on 1st down, and we're going to go over the middle to Jefferson, who is open, and he'll get it to midfield. Hopkins starting out good. Can he keep it up, though? He started out this way last week and then fell off as the game went on. 2nd and 3. Another pass. Hopkins whipping it down the field to Jefferson, who's open on the crossing route. Breaking free down to the 20-yard line, a big play of 30 yards. And now we find ourselves in the red zone. Jefferson has been killing guys on those crossing routes all season long, and it does not change there. Another 1st down. We have a 3 tight end set in. I'd love to see us run the ball here, and we're not going to. We're going to pass it, and Hopkins is under pressure. He's got to get rid of it, and he just throws it away out of bounds. Lives to see another day. That was a good throwaway. What you were doing last week, man, was a little ridiculous, to say the least. 2nd down now for us, and we're going to throw it. Hopkins looking, almost takes the hit, but gets rid of it to KJ Osborne inside the 10. Mark him down at the 7. I'm liking the quick passing that we're getting out today. Hopkins seems like he's feeling the pressure a little bit better in this 1st quarter. Turns around, hands it off to Madison, who charges up field to the 3. 2nd and goal, Glover checks in. We spread them out. I like it. I want to see us do a little bit more. And we're going to hand it off anyway. And Glover gets absolutely smothered behind the line. And now Laken Tomlinson is hurt. Oh, man. We just re-signed him, too. Hope it's not anything serious. Right? It's not. And he's going to the locker room. I'm going to take the locker room out so these guys can't do it anymore. Well, now it's on Oli Udoh to step in. 3rd and goal now. 4 receivers set. Deontay Whiting inside the slot to the right. Hopkins to pass. Got to get rid of it, and he's not going to. He's got a whole group of Broncos defenders back there led by Von Miller. Bradley Chubb comes in to clean it up, and that's going to push us back to the 16, and a field goal is going to have to be the ticket. And once again, Darisaw just standing there trying to figure out what just happened. First play after Tomlinson goes out, and we have 3 defenders in our backfield. That's crazy. David Wallace puts it up, and we get our first lead of the game. After the field goal, we come back out here on defense, and Bridgewater, these guys have not been able to get much of anything going offensively at all. And this time he goes over the middle and shuts me up, finding Judy wide open across the 40 to the 44. 1st and 10 now. I think that was their first down. Bridgewater back to pass under pressure, and he lofts it up deep down the sideline, and it is incomplete. Looking for Zeke Cooper. 2nd down now, single back set. Bridgewater, quick 3-step drop back, fires it off to the right side, and he misses his target. He had a guy down there at the spot route, but could not hit him. We saw that from Hopkins a couple times last week, too. Now back to pass on 3rd and 10. Has to step up, and he does, and delivers a beautiful pass to Javonte Williams on the out route. And Williams takes it down inside the 40 to the 38 for a very big pickup and a 1st down. That was a great play by Bridgewater. Stepping up, getting away from the rush, delivering a beautiful pass. And here we go, passing again, this time off to the left, and he's got a man. 1st down, out of bounds. Who was that? I'm not even sure, but very nice play. Down to the 28. Steven Sims. Hand off to Williams, who finds a nice crease, stiff-arming his way past Xavier Woods, down to the 22. Denver looking to answer back. 2 straight drives, they couldn't get much going. They're making up for it on this one. Bridgewater back to pass again. Stepping up over the middle, and he's got Cooper again down inside the 10. Anthony Barr trying to rip it out. Tim Patrick in motion, and it's an end around. He tries to cut it up the middle, but Eric Kendricks was not having any of it. 2nd and goal, and I think that's going to bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Here we go, 2nd and goal. Start of the 2nd quarter. Denver driving on a magnificent drive so far. Bridgewater back to pass it. He's had a lot of success through the air. Tries to step up, and he's hit as he throws, and it goes out of bounds. Looking for Noah Fant on the left side. There's a couple defenders there, so probably a good thing that went errant and out of bounds. Another pass, blitz coming. They set up the screen, and Javonte Williams gets tripped up down by Cam Dantzler at the 4-yard line, and that's going to bring up 4th and goal. Great stand by the defense after bending a little bit. We got us a few receivers split out. Antoine Glover split out, back to pass. Hopkins looking, lets it go over the middle, and he's got Irv Smith Jr. across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Another nice pickup, that one just shy of the 1st down. And that's got to bring up a 2nd down, of course. And here we go, handoff to Glover. Glover breaks free from Von Miller, tries to make a move, but is tripped up at the 38-yard line. Good enough for a 1st down. 1st and 10, pistol formation. Handoff to Madison, right up the middle, and there's a nice hole, puts a move on in the middle, and he's out across the 50 down to the 45 in Denver territory. Great run by Alexander Madison. We see what happens when Madison's in a groove like this. You got to keep giving him the ball. This time we fake it to him, though. Hopkins has got time. Pocket breaking down, and he's going to throw it away. He had Adam Thielen over there, but did not want to risk it. I like it. 2nd down. I really wish we'd have ran it there. Another play action. Got to get rid of the ball when you do this, though, man. And he finally does deep down the right side, and it is caught by Thielen, who was working his way back to the ball. We got it inside the 25 at the 23. Maybe Thielen won't be so mad anymore if he starts getting some catches. Hopkins to pass it again. Pocket breaking down, going to the end zone, and oh my God, he had Osborne wide open and missed him. You don't get that wide open and get a freebie. 2nd and 10. Lets it go to Irv Smith, who turns it upfield, and he'll be close to a 1st down, but I think he's a little bit short. Yes, he is. Man, I can't believe he missed Osborne, who was all alone in the end zone. I mean, all alone. You saw it. Nobody was even in the end zone with him. And he chucks it up into row G. That's unfortunate. I really hope that we can still score on this drive, because that right there is a killer. 3rd and inches. Fakes the handoff to Madison. Got to get rid of the ball here, and he does, but he just, finds Irv Smith. I thought he was throwing it away. I was wrong. Down to the 7-yard line. Smith coming through in the clutch on a few times already today. 4 catches, 32 yards. And now we have a offset eye pistol formation. I'm loving the look. And we're going to pass it again. Blitz coming off the right side. He fires, and this time he finds KJ Osborne on the corner route, working against, I think it was Darby, and we get ourselves our first touchdown of the day. After a great punt by A.J. Cole from our own end zone, they're back at their own 35. 1st and 10, a minute 44 and ticking to go. They have 1 timeout left. Can they get down the field? Nice pass to Williams, who reaches forward, still short of the first. Clock still running. Bridgewater to throw it again. Lets it go over the middle again. Tim Patrick there that time. Gain of about, 8. First down. Going with the hurry up here. Bridgewater trying to roll out, and he just throws it away instead of taking the sack from Danielle Hunter. Bridgewater's been able to get out of the pocket instead of taking sacks, whereas Hopkins is just taking sacks. Back to pass again. Letting it go down the left side, and he's got Noah Fant on a beautiful pass, and he gets out of bounds to conserve time. 1st and 10, now in field goal range. They're going to throw it again. And another great pass by Teddy Bridgewater to Zeke Cooper. Gets him down to the 28 and out of bounds. Bridgewater to pass it, gets rid of it quickly, and it is caught by Judy, working against Bradley Roby down to the 14-yard line. Got to expect one more pass here before they try to set up a good field goal. If they can't score, looking to pass, stepping up in the pocket. Bridgewater in trouble. No, he gets away from it and slides down at the 11-yard line. And they're going to take the final timeout to set up a field goal. Oh, okay. They're not. They're going to go for the pass. No time on the clock left after this if they don't get out of bounds or score a touchdown. Bridgewater letting it go over the middle, and Williams gets in the end zone with a diving effort. What a play by Javonte Williams. 1st and 10 for us to open up the 3rd quarter. Tied 10 apiece here. Hopkins quick back, fires it off to Irv Smith, who cuts up field and is going to have himself a first down. Coming out in shotgun here. And this time we're going to hand it off to Glover. Glover finds a nice lane up the middle, out across the 40 to the 42. The running game's starting to become a factor for us here. I'd like us to lean on it a little bit more than we are right now. 2nd and 1. We're going to throw it again. Hopkins letting it go quickly over the middle to Derek Barnes, who makes a very nice catch, turning upfield, and he gets us down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10, back to pass. Hopkins looking. Holding onto the ball a very long time. Got to get rid of it. Finally does. Throws it out of bounds. Incomplete. 15 to 20 so far today. And we're going to throw it again. This time he gets rid of it quickly over the middle to KJ Osborne down inside the 35. It's going to set up a 3rd and 6 for us. And we're going to throw it. Hopkins, he's going deep to Jefferson in the end zone. And it is incomplete, over the head, too far out of bounds. And now we're going to try a 51-yard field goal. We've seen Wallace hit from farther. It's up, and it is good. I'm loving our new kicker. Out comes Hopkins again. We need him to turn up on this drive. Come on, Hopkins. There we go, right over the middle, and he's got Jefferson. Down to the 31. A strike over the middle. Come on, let's get ourselves in the end zone here. Give us the ball to Madison. Hand off to Madison. And he's down to the 26-yard line. All tied up here in the 4th quarter, 13 all. And we go to Madison, who gets a stiff arm of his own on Johnson, pushing the pile forward for 2 yards. Still going to be 3rd and 3. We need to convert on this play here. Come on, guys. Third down. Come on, Hopkins. Get rid of it. He does towards the end zone and overthrows. Where are you going, man? We at least get the field goal, so we go up 16-13. You know, I said at the beginning of the season that Hopkins was going to have issues for a while until we can get him out of that strong arm situation, and it's going to take a while. But you can see it. Handoff to Williams. He's met immediately by Eric Kendricks. But you can see it right away. He's always just looking for the deep shot, holding onto the ball for 20 seconds instead of just finding the first guy available. And it proves costly. Bridgewater to throw it. Bridgewater finding a man out on the left side, and he's got it to the 29-yard line. I don't even want to try to say that guy's name. Nope, that guy. 3rd and 2. Handoff, Williams. Williams gets a huge crease up the middle, out across the 40 to the 43, and now all of a sudden, the defense that was number 3 in the league for rushing, all of a sudden cannot stop the run anymore. 1st and 10. Handoff to Williams again. Barr is there, but, you know, not going to happen. 2nd and 7. It's just frustrating when you do one thing, and you can do it all game long, and then all of a sudden you just can't do it anymore. And another handoff. This time we stop it. It's like the game wants us to give up a certain amount of yardage, and then once it gets there, it just levels off. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that, or maybe I'm just overthinking it, but it just seems like that sometimes. 3rd and 7. Bridgewater back to pass, stepping up in the pocket, lets it go off the left side, and a wide open Noah Fant down inside the 35 to the 31. And Bridgewater has these guys in scoring range here with 10:47 left in the game. 1st and 10. Williams is tired. They have all of the tight ends in the world on the field right now off to the right. And they're going to throw it. And he drops it off to Noah Fant again, and he's down inside the 25 now. Another nice pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. I formation. Another multiple tight end set. Handoff to Williams up the middle. Another hole for Williams. Down inside the 20. I wish we had these kind of holes for us. It'd be great. It's not like we spent a boatload of money on the offensive line to be able to do these things. Handoff now to whoever that guy is, and he's able to just gouge us for yards too. D. Howard. It don't matter who you are. If you want a 10-yard gain, come and run it against the Vikings in the second half of a football game. Isn't this like real life? Handoff to Williams, who gouges us up the middle again for another big. We can't even tackle him with 4 guys. And now Martin Jefferson's hurt. What kind of jinx is on this team right now? Honestly, though, what kind of jinx is on this team? Because that's what it seems like. 1st and goal. The guy I don't want to try to say his name for is in motion. Handoff to Williams, and he's in. Touchdown. Here we go, down by 4. I think it's the first time we've been down in this game. 8 minutes to go. And a very delayed handoff to Madison, who's got a nice lane off the left side. A big stiff arm to Bradley Chubb has him out to the 41-yard line. There we go. Let's get Madison going. Can we get some nice running lanes now that it's the 4th quarter? 1st and 10. Another handoff to Madison, and no, nothing there. Johnson shuts it down immediately. Of course we couldn't have some running lanes. Why would we get the running lanes? We didn't overpay for a big line. Hopkins goes to the right side, and he's got KJ Osborne out to midfield. He's still going to be short of the first, but 3rd and inches. That's his 5th catch of the day. He's got 40. Oh, yeah, Antonio Nelson checked into the game. Can we go to the big man here? 3rd and inches. Walden in motion. Handoff. And somehow our big running back gets put in the backfield. Great. We can't block. We needed 1 yard. We couldn't do it. And we're going to go for it. Oh, my gosh, I'm scared here. 4th and 1. Same formation, it looks like. A little bit different formation. And we're going to roll out, and it's a fake. Hopkins, you got to throw it. And it's, oh my, why did you go deep? You had Nelson on the check down. He had Nelson on the check down, guys. Did you not see that? Look at Nelson all by himself right on the sideline. We would have had the first down. Why are you trying to go deep? Oh my God, we're going to lose this game because Hopkins is an idiot right now. Oh, they are going to pass it. And it's wide open. We don't cover the tight end who's been killing us this fourth quarter. We don't cover him. And just like that, we're not only going to lose, we're going to get embarrassed at home by a 1-5 football team. One of our biggest problems is Taylor Hopkins is 3 overalls away from being tied with something to get out of the throw power, the strong arm stuff. And you can see here, all he wants to do is just wait. He waits until the last second every throw. And that's what the throw power does to you. The strong arm does to you. You can see it on the last drive. Instead of taking the yards we needed, you take huge shots, and this is what happens. And then you can't even find the guys when they are open. 3rd and 10. Hopkins looking, lets it go deep again. I don't even know where you're throwing the ball at this point, guy. You're just chucking up prayers. There's nothing calculated about what you're doing at this point. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate way to get through the midway point of the season. Hopkins going deep again and again overthrowing. There's nobody even there. We had all the momentum in the world for an entire half. Our defense was playing great. And once again, just like last week, we come out in the second half and completely just drop the ball in every way you could possibly imagine. We stop covering the run. We don't get a single sack. Not a single sack all game. We're leading the league in sacks, and we couldn't get one for an entire game against a team that has only won one game up until this point. We focus on their only strength, which is the running game. And for 2.5 quarters, it works marvelously. Until we just start letting up every single run that we could. And let the Broncos just destroy us at home. Don't let this score fool you. It might be only 11 points, but it feels more like 20 after watching this game. And that's how it's going to end. 27-16. Denver comes into our territory, and we lose a second straight game at home. Man, another very, very tough loss for us. Which, I mean, I would expect this more from Green Bay than I would have the Broncos. Guys, we aren't a very good football team yet. I think I had some false sense of confidence. You know, looking back at it, the only teams we did beat, which wasn't even by a big margin, are teams that are, you know, right now at the bottom. So it looks like we're in for another rough season. Which, you know, I mean, I can't even say I'm that surprised by it. Yeah, I'm upset, but that's just because I'm sort of competitive when it comes to this. That's sort of blame that on the RFL. But at the same time, I am not surprised. We have a rookie quarterback, and that rookie quarterback is one of the worst archetypes you can have. I think that there's huge potential for Hopkins, but it's going to take a while for us to break him out of that mold. And until we do, I think we're going to be in these kind of situations more often. You know, one thing I did not expect, though, was Denver Broncos to come into our house and really just take it to us like that. That was, I wasn't expecting that. You know, it looked very close for the most part, but you saw in that fourth quarter, we just got beat very badly. So, you know, we're now back to 3-4. We're below 500 at this point. You almost want to look at, are we even going to be able to catch up and even fight for a playoff spot? Not just because of our schedule, or I mean our record, because obviously there's plenty of time for us to turn around. But if we can't beat the Broncos in our house, is there a chance for us to make the playoffs, for one, and two, even be competitive in the playoffs if we can't take care of our own business like this? So we got a lot of growing to do. I don't know, maybe we need to look at a different type of NFL book. I haven't had much success with the books with Hopkins. At least with the custom book, I was able to draw better plays that made him get rid of the ball quicker. but that's a whole different type of situation. So I think that's where we're going to end it now. This one might be a little bit longer than the last one just because we did that league update in the beginning, but we end up finishing at with a loss. We're sitting at 3-4. I'm not sure which game we're going to watch next. I'm not going to lie. I know I'm going to sim past the Panthers. I'm going to stop on the Packers to see where things are. If we're still down by 4 games, I might just skip that one too. We already saw the Packers this year once. And unless it's for like the playoffs or a huge game, I'd rather us not have to watch, multiple games of the same opponent. So maybe we get back past week 10. Maybe we find where our bye week is and just reevaluate. But for now, this is where we are sitting. We're sitting at 3rd spot in the NFC North. We are 2 to 3 games, maybe even 4 games out of the lead of this division. And it looks like the Packers are ready to run away with it. I think this is a good spot to end it. Coming off of the 2 losses in a row, we really got to find a way to rebound in the next video or 2. So hopefully we can. But I do thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe and drop a like on this video. Leave me a comment so I can read it and hopefully respond. And I'll see you guys next time.